Everyone, this is Cindy, Create the Heart, and I'm back with another Plan With Me video. So every year I do a work planner. Last year I did in a composition book, actually last 2 years. This year I decided to up my game, and I am using an Archer and Olive notebook because I've become addicted to them. I use my reading journals in one. I just really like it. My regular planner actually is Hobonichi, which I also love, but this is really working out really well for me, and so I wanted to decorate it in the way that in a perfect world, you would create a layout, and you might, if you're going to use stamping, you might do some masking. So you'd stamp, you'd mask, and then maybe you'd create your calendar. This has to be very functional, so it's easier for me in a lot of ways just to make the functionality of it and then stamp afterwards. So decorate around the functionality of what I need it for. So it's going to have different sections and things like that, but I always start with a monthly because I'm the kind of person who likes to open up their calendar every day, every month, every couple of weeks, every week, and see at a glance what I have to do. And this helps me too when I'm planning at work. If I have meetings where I'm going to be at the district office, or maybe I know my kids have an appointment, I have to leave early that day, I don't want to book a class. So it's just very helpful for me to look at a glance. Maybe somebody booked the library for testing or whatever, so that I can see at a glance what's available. And so this is what I did for April. I used some Not Too Shabby product, the new coffee line I used. And so now I'm going to be kind of working backwards and doing March. Because I'm going to be doing some other stuff in here using Not Too Shabby. So my theme for this one was coffee, and then the theme for this one is kind of bees. And so I haven't decided whether I want to do like cute bees or a combination. I haven't really decided what exactly I want to do. So I've got all my bee stuff out, and I'm just going to play it by ear and just do it. And I'm going to do it from not quite start to finish because I stamped the March using a very large stamp from the Inkblot shop. And then I used a stencil from Catherine Puller. This might have also been Catherine Puller as well. But definitely the calendar base is from Catherine Puller. And then I'm also going to be using this paper tray ink stamp set for my days of the week. So. And then I am using this, which is Tim Holtz, for, some fun hexagon action. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to kind of plan in my head, what is it exactly do I want to do? So it may just be a combination of things that I stamp. I may stamp a whole boatload of stuff, and why the heck not? So I think my zig markers are not going to bleed. They shouldn't. So let's, fingers crossed. That's too small. Hope not. I don't have a very good thingy for that one. I don't know where all of my blocks have gone. I'm going to use this block, it looks like. This one's like ginormous. Let's see. Maybe on this side. Okay, so I am using Altenews Crisp Dye ink. It says permanent black. I just know that this doesn't work really well for Copics because it's smeared, and I was pretty ticked. So I always go back to my Memento Tuxedo Black for my Copics. I do have the new Sassy Stamps Black, and I haven't really tested it too much on my Copics. I thought it would be brighter because that's another thing about Memento is that it's not very bright black. So I kind of have to go over everything with my pen. All right, so I'm going to do all my stamping, and then I'll see if I need to do any masking before I, So there's that one. And I'm okay with that being over that. That's not a big deal. So I'm using my gnome, and let's see here. Put him away. And then I'm going to do this Be Happy. So Be Happy, I am going to stamp in a color, but I think I'm going to use a different ink. So I think I'm going to use, the reason why I'm going to use these is because they are a wetter ink. They are the pad is very different. I am going to do this peacock color. Why not? So it's a little bit wetter. And so I think it might stamp a little bit. And this is like not an image I'm going to color in. So let's hope that this works. I'm so used to using my Misty now that stamping freestyle is like a freaky thing. Let's Be Happy. And so we'll do this Be Happy, and then I think I'm going to stamp this one. I think will fit on a smaller block, so I think I'll use a smaller block. That one's still big for my little tiny block. I will put it on this one. I think will fit. Okay, so I've got that one. This way. I've got like everything I own back here, I swear. It's like out of control. And I'm going to stamp this cute bear. And I put this bear right here. And you kind of have to press down on this side because it doesn't have that firmness of the book to help you. So there's that. And let's see. I don't have a brown in that Concord and Ninth. Let's see here. I'm going to use, I don't have a brown here. I'm going to find a brown. And use this chocolate truffle. So I am not in any way like planning this out. It's all like spontaneous. It's very, very spontaneous. So okay, not too bad. It's a little bit light, but I can live with that. And now I've got this green, which I think fits on here. Okay, so now I'm going to do this green, and it's kind of like a loose kind of thing. So I'm going to use, I have some green in this. I'm going to use this parsley, which and I'll use this parsley. It's like a foam pad, I guess, instead of a felt pad. I think that's the difference. But it's a little bit more coverage. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this again So I'm going to stamp this on some scrap, and I'm going to make a mask, and I'm going to do my stenciling. I like so much stuff to put away. Okay, so there's that. So let me go ahead and I think I'm done with the stamping, I think. So this away, and I'm not gonna need this, I don't think. Okay, I might, but let's say I don't. So I just am going to do a rough cut around. Let me just get a piece of this off. So I'm just going to do a rough cut around. I have masking paper somewhere. I really, really do. But I don't feel like getting it out. One more thing I got to put away. That is just like my whole area is just full of nonsense right now. So I'm trying to think, how much masking do I really want to do? I think just the edge I need masking, because I won't stamp in the tree. So almost done. Just a really rough part of it. Okay. And so there's that. So I'm going to go ahead and use, this is some removable adhesive. It's not permanent adhesive. Okay, I think I wanted to put a beehive though. So maybe I'll just put a beehive like right here. Let me do a beehive. What kind of beehive do I want to do? I will do this beehive and my black. I wish I could use Copics. It would be so amazing if I used Copics, but not a lot of the planners can use Copics. They just don't work real well. All right. There it is. Voila. Okay, so now I'm going to stencil, and then I'm going to color, and then I'm going to finish all the other crap I need to finish to make this beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Dijon ink, and I'm not going to stamp, just kind of and it's okay for me if it's like fading out. This is one of those shifter stencils, I think, but I'm not doing any of that. So there's that, and I'm okay with how that looks because it's kind of like a fading thing. And I'm going to move it over a little bit. And so it's just, and the thing is it's light enough, like with this yellow, that you could just write right over it. It's not going to interrupt you using it. So I've tried with all the stencils that I'm using for my planner that it's all things that can be. So there we go. And done with that. So I'll put that over there because I need to wash it. Okay, so now I'm going to color these in. And so I am going to, I've got some, I don't know that I'm going to necessarily be doing a lot of blending. I'll be honest. I'm not going to do tons and tons of blending. I'm going to start off with orange. So I'm not going to probably watercolor this. I'm probably just going to just color and blend with it. And so it's kind of how I'm going to do it, because I don't really want this real wet, because I really don't want it to like be all crinkly. Unless, of course, it's not blending well. So maybe I will do a little bit of water. And so there's that. And do I have a lighter yellow? Huh, I don't know. So I'm going to do this. And finish coloring this in. And so I am just, I'm hoping it doesn't bleed through. Like, I don't want to look, because if it bleeds through, I'll be so sad. I'm told that it's not supposed to, so let's hope it doesn't. I know Copics do, because I've seen, well, I've tried it myself, but it's pretty clear that it does. So, you know, it's normal, I think. I think it bleeds in most papers, even the ones that say they're bleed proof, except for, I think, the Sassy Stamps planner, but it's more like an Erin Condren planner. I've kind of gotten away from that style. Okay. And then I'm just going to color this part in. There's that. And then for the flowers, well, I think the flowers are going to be yellow. And yellow. I think they're going to be yellow on this guy too. And I do love coloring. It's like one of my favorite things. But I like using my Copics. I am very, very spoiled with my Copics. So this one I'm very much enjoying, because I'm doing a lot of coloring. The last one was not as much coloring. I think I had to resign myself to the fact that no matter what I did, I was going to have to put away a lot of crap if I was going to be attempting things on camera. So all these different browns. We've got brown, dark oatmeal, and beige. So I'm going to do dark oatmeal, I think, for the middle. And so I think this one's going to be really, really pretty. And so the important thing for me really in the end is that it's functional, that I'm able to use it so that I could get things done. I have no assistant, so it's a lot of stuff I got to do to make things work. And like when I was sick last year, like the library was closed for 2 months. That was kind of rough. Okay, so there we have that. And then I'm going to, pretty sure that I have like a teal. And then I don't know what else I have. Let's see. I wanted to know if I had like light shadow mauve. If I had like a light blue, but it's hard to say. So I've got, because I don't really use these very often. So a light, I think I'll just do gray for that. Okay. So for the circles, I'm going to do this blue because I want to kind of match that blue. And I think I'm going to do the march is going to be done in this blue too. And so let's just do this. And then I'm going to do this gray. Or this mauve, whatever color this is. But it's fine. It works. And I gotta remember that these are pretty good for the planner. So this is a lot more coloring I thought I would do. But yeah, I just color. I'm not really blending or anything. So there's that. And then I'm going to use a darker blue to do this. And just color this in. So I don't know if you guys keep planners at all, but if you do, like, this is a really good way to stretch your supplies. And so I found that it's really, really good way to you know, stretch your supplies. And so I'm going to show you a way too at the end how you can make everything pop. So there's that, and there's that. And then I need to do his face and oatmeal. And this one's beige. So beige is that. And so that, and I'm going to use him for the bear. I don't know if I'm going to color in him all the way. Maybe I'll color him all the way in this one. And so here he is, and I'm just gonna make part of it darker. And that'll be like my shading. So there you go. Okay, so now let me do the same thing for his hive. And so at the end, I'm going to show you how I make everything pop. So this is my thing of what I do when the stamping isn't real bright, and once you color it in, it kind of fades. I'll show you what I do, and it's a little bit of extra effort, but I think it's well worth it. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to color in this march, and then I'm going to do the rest of my stamping, and then I'm going to do my detailing to make it really really pop. So here we go. This one is super bright. The other one I did was a little bit more muted. But that's okay. So it's just really a fun way of really making the most of your stamps. And like, I bought so much planner stuff and then I didn't use it. So it's kind of nice and it's therapeutic. And I will say that when I decorate my stuff, I do use it more because it makes it fun, and it's just fun to work in something that's pretty. Okay, almost done here. And so I give it a chance for all this stuff, the ink and everything, to dry while I stamp the rest of my stuff. Okay. Put everything back. Okay, now let's get going with my stamping. So I have to stamp my days of the week. I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to use this ink right here. And so I start with Sunday. And this just was a good size. I have multiple days of the week stamps, but I like the size of this one. It just seems to work. And so this calendar, if I didn't say it before, is a stencil from Caterpillar, and I love it. I used it in my last year's one and the year before. Monday, a little crooked, but it's okay. Tuesday. Okay, and then Wednesday is going to be like right. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if we're going to be able to see Wednesday because it's going to be right smack dab. Oh yeah, that worked out really well. It worked out really well. So Thursday. That one maybe less so. Friday. And then Saturday. Okay, and Saturday. So then I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to do notes, not tasks. So I'll do notes right here. And then I'm going to do, not goals, I'm going to do tasks right here. Okay. And tasks. All right, so that part is done. Now, you could, if you wanted to, you could stamp your numbers. I don't do that anymore. I have done it before, and it takes forever, and you will screw up. Or maybe you won't. Maybe just me who screws up. So I always check my phone calendar to make sure that my date is correct. And I just write them, and I am okay with that. It does not bother me at all to write it. 11, I believe, I want to say this is an A5. It's 8.5 by 6, I think is what it is. 16, okay. Almost done. And I'm going to write the 1 for April because I don't have the 1 for April. Okay, so here it is. And so now I'm going to go and, so this is optional. You don't have to do this. Oh, I forgot a couple things. I'll need to, let me just finish doing this real quick. Okay, let me finish. Can't have it unstamped. It'll bother me. Okay, so there you go. So you don't have to do this step, but I enjoy it. So what I do is I take a black pen. I usually like my gel pen or my Pitt marker. But I just come through with this pen. This one is a Micron. And I just outline my stamping. And you don't have to do this. I think it makes it look better, but that's just me. So and so there's the bear. I think it looks much better. I'm going to outline my March. And I just think it looks better and clean. And I do this a lot when I stamp, especially when I color in with Copics, because the ink that I have to use to stamp so it doesn't smear is not a very bright black. Okay, so there's March. And then this one is definitely optional if you want to go through and do this. This definitely takes, extra time, but I definitely think that it looks good. And I'm just doing the parts that really I want. You don't have to do it all. You can do some, you can do none. So there's that. And then here, I really feel like this one really needs, it really needs it. So especially it's in this area that it's not going to really interrupt too much in terms of usability. So and yeah, so I'm going to be really excited when March rolls around because March came out really good. And so yeah, this is, I think, a fun way. My hand is cramping up, but almost done. And so almost done. Okay, and so you can see almost done. And Okay. Ooh, my hand is very sore. Okay. And okay, so we are done. Done. So here is my layout, or not my layout, I don't know what it is, it's not really a layout, but I guess my decoration for March. And I think it looks so good. When I do the walkthrough of the whole shebang, I will have some of it filled out, so you'll see what it's going to look like when it's filled out, because I'll have like minimum days and, you know, things I know are on here, pupil free days, things like that. Meetings, I have some meetings already scheduled in advance. Isn't that great? So there's March, and here's April, and look, none of it went through. Yay! All right, I think I'm going to be doing one more layout that uses, at least one more that's going to be using, not too shabby stamps, but I love how that came out. So thank you so much for watching. This is Cindy, Crank the Heart.